Besides my family, but the love of my family, making sure my family is good, um, just the water, honestly, being by the beach, I cannot go, like, right now I'm in desperate need of some sun and the ocean. So whether it's going to take me a quick drive somewhere or a quick flight somewhere, I have to go by, because that's the way I recharge myself. Like, you have to pour into yourself, you have to recharge, you have to fill yourself up, because you keep on running and running, and you keep giving and giving, and you keep pouring, and then you don't have nothing left in your cup.
Mm-hmm. And are you still asking for this space? Because, like you said in the top of our episode, it was filmed a while ago. So, are you still asking for that space?
I'm actually in the space. I'm not asking for it anymore. I'm
Okay.
in the space. You know, that's still my best friend. We still live in the same household, but I am, taking my space.
Yeah. And what do those parameters look like? And were you guys on the same page with them?
Absolutely. I mean, we're always on the same page. Like, nothing's beyond the conversation. Um, I always say that. Whether it's a hard conversation or an easy one, it's a conversation. So we're always on the same page, and that's my nigga. Like, no matter what, that's my friend. Like, that's my like beyond. A lot of people don't understand. Like, they like marriage. Sometimes you have to step out of the marriage and be and talk to your friend, because if you don't have a friend, and you don't have, if your marriage fail, your friendship isn't going to fail. So I wasn't asking for my husband at this moment. I was asking for a friend to understand.
Yeah. How hard is it though for you to put your story all out on TV? Like, were there certain things that maybe while you guys were going through this, you were like, not filming it?
um there's always times that I'm like, oh, like, that's too much, like, back up. And mostly that's when it comes to my daughter. um there's a lot of things that, but you're gonna be ridiculed no matter what. Your life is on TV. Some people, like I said, people are gonna like it, some people gonna hate it. I realize now, today, in the world that we live in, it's easier for people to, talk shit, or criticize or scrutinize your life, because it makes them feel better about theirs. And, like, they like, shit, well, if I could talk shit about her, then I ain't that, maybe no one will realize that I ain't shit. But, and I also realized too that there's a lot of people out there feeling like how I'm feeling like they need space, they need a break, they need time. We're in a society, we're in a time right now with social media. I feel like it's the number one, um, um, is heightened. It's probably the number one cause of height of, I'm trying to use the right words, of, it's probably the number one cause of the rise of depression, because a lot of people go on this platform, and we look at other people's lifestyles and thinking that, oh, I'm not doing enough, I'm not successful enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not thin enough, I'm not thick enough, doing I'm not driving the right cars, I'm not wearing the right stuff. And half of the people on social media is a gimmick. You know what I'm saying? It's a lie. But this is what you see every day, and it starts to make you feel like you're not enough. So now you are pulling that energy towards you, and it's making everyone depressed, and everyone feels that they're not enough, or they're feeling like they're overwhelmed, or it's not they don't have, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. So in order for me personally, I've been blessed enough to have a discernment to be able to understand that and see that, and know when I need to take a break from me. And this ain't got nothing to do with my husband. It has nothing to do with my kid. It has nothing to do with my family. It has everything to do with me. And whoever don't understand that at this point in my life, I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because I've
Do you think
yeah,
it's because you do you think it's because you like hit your mid 30s and are just like, I just need to figure my shit out a little bit? Is that what it was for you?
it wasn't just the mid 30s thing, because I've done a lot. I've accomplished a lot. I have traveled to places that people would only dream of. I have,
Mm-hmm.
millions of dollars of bags and shoes. I have tons of jewelry. and none of that stuff matters. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter. So I've lived the life that people dream of, and yet for me, it's not enough. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You can have everything in the world. Like I said, you gain the world, you lose your soul. I would never sell my soul for anything. And if I'm not happy, I'm not going to settle. You know what I'm saying? For whatever that may be. So in order for me to figure out what it is that I need to make me happy, I have to step out of myself and out of everyone else's bubble and expectations to figure that out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Are you still figuring it out, do you think? Or do you think you have a little bit of a clearer path now that you guys have kind of been taking this space?
Um, I don't think it's something that's going to happen overnight or in a few
Right.
months. Like, I'm still figuring this thing out. It's been 35 years, going on 35 years of me pleasing everyone else and taking care of everyone else. So now I'm trying to give myself a little self love.
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of people don't talk about, especially moms, is finding self love, finding time for yourself, finding balance. You obviously work really hard. You found a lot of success. So, how are you kind of making sure that you put yourself first?
Um, by doing whatever it is that I feel I want to do. A lot of times we don't do things because we think about how someone else is going to feel, how they may affect someone else. Should I do this? Or afraid, or should I do this alone? Or should I just I don't want to live like that. Like if I want to say, "Hey, Tammy, get up. Let's fly to Jamaica." I'm gonna fly to Jamaica. If I feel like I'm gonna make sure everything is taken care of and in order before I leave. If it's something that I've always wanted to, try, like if I wanted to, try a new business endeavor, why not try it? Try it. Instead of me thinking, well, damn, I can't do that because I got to make sure this is straight and I got to make sure that person got that. So instead of me taking this and putting this here, maybe I should give it. No, I'm not doing that. No more.
Yeah, it's good to put yourself first, and it's not easy, like I said, especially being a mom.
It really isn't. And a lot of people feel like, yeah, we do live for our kids. We do, but we also have to live for us. Like, I love my daughter to death, and everything I do is because of her to make sure that her future is secure. But also, I love me too, and it's okay to be selfish, even with your kids. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. It's okay to be selfish sometimes and tell them, go in the house, eat what's in the refrigerator. I'm going out to treat myself to a meal. You're not a bad parent for doing that. Get your ass in there, eat some oodles noodles. I'm going out to get some steak tonight. You ain't wrong for that. You should treat yourself because we have this, I grew up in very, very humble beginnings. I grew up in the projects. I grew up very, very, very poor. And I was still happy because I didn't know I was poor. So that didn't matter. But as I got older, I started realizing things that I do for my daughter. Like I would go and buy every brand cereal in the store just because as a child I couldn't get none of the name brand cereals. My daughter only liked Captain Crunch. Or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Why the hell am I buying all these other brands of cereal just to sit in my house? Because it's psychological thing that I have with myself. So we tend to overfeed and give our kids these things because it's something that we couldn't have. No, they ask me some noodles sometimes too.
Yeah, so you're guilty as charged. But I mean, you like to spoil your children, obviously, right?
Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with, spoiling your kids, but you don't want,
No.
like, my daughter, which I'm very grateful for. Charlie's the only child, and she's very selfless. She may be a little bit, she's definitely spoiled, but she's also, she doesn't value anything. And that's a good and a bad thing. It's a bad thing because I work my ass off, so I want you to value everything that you have. The good part of it is I have bought this girl Gucci bags, this and that, and she didn't let her friends. Oh, no problem. My mom said, my mom bought me two. You can have one. Like she's just very selfless, and I'm so proud of that. But I also want to understand. I work my ass off. You're not gonna be giving out no damn Gucci bag.